wide variety of styles. Some people call it freeform. It's pretty much like any genre you can think of and putting it together. Even stuff that you normally wouldn't think would go together, such as like jazz with maybe house music or funk with, I don't know, metal. I know it sounds kind of weird, but it can be done. It's just you don't hear it very often because it seems like a lot of DJs don't try, but there are some. I'm not the only one. Um, but for the most part, I do play like regularly like other DJs where I do stick to one genre for the most part, but I do have that more experimental type of side. Here in Orlando, I play a show called Underground Rhythm District, and there I mix mostly underground house music and techno, and it's something I feature on WPRK 91.5 FM. So I do that every week in the after hours, and I try to showcase um, pretty much not just mixing, but mixing fused together with turntablism, which, judging from what I hear on the radio, I don't really hear it anymore. Especially here in Florida, it seems like everything's more pre-programmed, and you're just hearing something that was well pre-recorded beforehand. So I think more or less I'm keeping something going that I grew up listening to, and I'm doing it out of the love for it. I'm not getting paid for it. This is just something I'm trying to more or less pass on from the DJs that I grew up listening to, and hopefully somebody gets something out of it like I did. So I do that, and I also do a show called Basement Groove Collective, which I do more like every once in a while on that same station, and then I pretty much feature old school type of music like disco, funk, soul, rare groove, a lot of the stuff that's based in the pretty much the original foundation of hip hop. So that's the show I do that, and I pretty much developed a website. Well, I'm still developing it, and I'm trying to showcase those genres of music and trying to really show the history and the culture that goes behind all those genres of music and hip hop culture, like real hip hop culture. Not so much what you hear on like top 40 radio, but what you would have heard a long time ago back in the 80s and 90s, that sort of stuff. Um, I'm also doing a show called Upstairs Suite, which I do every week at Kush Ultra Lounge in downtown Orlando, and that more showcases my love for music that's kind of loungy and more experimental as well, like down tempo, trip hop, global soul, psychedelic rock. Um, Very chilled out, very jazzy for the most part, and well, I guess what kind of goes with a lounge type of setting, right? So I love that type of music too. I grew up listening to Cafe Del Mar and stuff like that from Ibiza, so that's something I like to showcase there as well. And I'm starting a mix series featuring that music. So yeah, I'm very very busy. But again, this is just I do something I do out of love for it, and it's not something I'm getting paid for right now. So I just hope everybody else appreciates it. Um, Other than that, I do dig into jungle and drum and bass. It's not something I really do too much of here in Orlando, simply because I haven't seen a really big scene for it here yet. There is one, but I haven't seen anything bigger than that. But I do that every once in a while, and I'm trying to cultivate a brand behind that as well. So I would say just be on the lookout for something in that sound from me pretty soon. Well, I how I got into the underground rhythm district pretty much was a guest DJ for a guy named Chris Cocopelli on his show Electronic Infinity. I'm sorry to say it's not there anymore, but he invited me, and I guest spotted. And after I was done with the show, he asked me if I was interested in having my own show there, and I'm like, really? I was like, that never even dawned on me to have my own show. I always thought, well, if I become a guest, that would be awesome, and that'd be the top of the world for me. But no, he offered me the show, and I'm like, yeah, I'm down. I'll do it. So that was more than 2 years ago, and now I've been doing it every late night, and pretty much at 3 in the morning. and every once in a while I'll do it in the daytime if I'm filling in for other DJs. And ever since, I just been having a ball and just um, I should probably explain what it is I do there. There's nothing planned about the show. There's nothing rehearsed. Every single time I go there, I'm literally picking music at random and trying to make it work together on two turntables. And sometimes I get it right, sometimes I don't, but that's part of the show. So I'm kind of hoping, yeah, I'm adding a little bit of drama to it because, again, I grew up on that stuff and I liked it when I heard it. So I'm just hoping somebody else will as well. So I take a lot of risks. I do like turntable tricks and stuff live on the air, and I'm doing it with house music and techno, which, as I mentioned before, it seems like not a whole lot of DJs are doing that. So I'm doing it simply because maybe I'm crazy. I don't know, but that's more or less what I'm doing right now. And I have a website that I built around the show called undergroundrhythmdistrict.com, and I'm cultivating pretty much a showcase of the local scene here in Orlando, Florida, showing the local underground, everybody who's involved in the local underground, such as Infiltrate, Celebrate, Lazy Afternoon, Dove Creative, people like that. And I'm also trying to showcase the local talent here in Orlando and the surrounding areas. So I've had guest DJs and I've been lucky. I've been having a lot of good talent come in, and so far I have a nice long list. And being that I'm a collector at heart with music. I guess I'm collecting guests now too, so I have a collection of guests, and I'm very proud of what I've amassed so far. And I'm still having people roll in and guest spotting on there. So I'm mostly focusing not so much on the headliners. Headliners are great, that's fine, but I want to feature more of the people who are the unknowns. So, and there's plenty of them around here who are extremely talented and are playing incredible music you're just not hearing on the radio or not at all clubs. So I'm trying to make this underground rhythm district project something that's more than just me but more for the underground community here in Orlando.